And Woody likes the crooked cock.
Which car to buy next?
Remember, like 7 or what was it, 9 months ago when this started, when they're like, there's this hand sanitizer breach and every or like a shortage, and instead of like Purell and Germex, like they're like, hey, we just upped production, it's going to be fine in about 3 weeks. Every alcohol company on the planet, everyone's like, we're switching all production to hand sanitizer, and it's like, why? Now it's everywhere. There's way too much of this shit.
Is that true? This is something you might know.
It's
okay.
There's way too like Tito's and shit. Is like, we took 5 of our production factories and dedicated 2 weeks, and it's like,
dude,
wow.
I think that's cool.
So your supply line guy quit because you're about to lose a lot of market share to fucking Smirnoff, who's not going to do that.
When I worked at Cisco, there were these Indians I worked with, and they had like a fascination, almost like a worship of American culture. So you guys remember the DC sniper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good times.
Well,
Go out and play.
the gas stations were competing with each other on the basis of protection from the DC sniper. And you'd like drive by a gas station because he was killing people while filling gas, and they'd have tarps up all over the place, fucking circus tents and shit like that. So you couldn't get sniped. And my Indian coworkers were like, this is uniquely American. I am very impressed with the entrepreneurial spirit of these gas station owners. That's top.
Why did he?
Oh, is it bad? I thought it was really good.
Yoda at the end.
I
Sounded a little Russian there.
I was like, I'm killing this. Oh my God.
From the shooter, they will.
Anyway,
turn to the dark side he had.
your story about
afraid of a mass shooting is grateful ingenuity.
Your story about shifting production from drinks to alcohol sanitizer kind of rung that bell with me. It was like, yeah, these guys are spotting a market opportunity and jumping on it. I love it.
Yeah.
Maybe they overdid it. And also,
they went too hard in the paint with it, because like they would have they know that Germex and Purell, like those are 2 of the biggest companies, like they're going to be fine.
I don't know that. So you might know more about this than me, but I'm like, I know my hand sanitizer use went from nothing to something. Mm-hmm. And I bet that's true with a lot of people.
For a brief window, it was useful, but like I think Germex is owned by Procter and Gamble, little mom and pop shop.
I've heard of it. Yeah,
they can decide. Like if they decided tomorrow, they could be like, you know what? I'm the new crazy CEO of Procter and Gamble. We're gonna make so much detergent that we fill floor to ceiling every retail store in America. And they're like, we don't need that much Tide. And he's like, do it. And I want it done in 2 weeks. And they're like, well, we can do it. Like,
see, I didn't know that. Like with
Yeah.
toilet paper, it's a different thing, right? Toilet paper went out, you couldn't get on the shelves, et cetera, et cetera. But my toilet paper use hasn't changed at all because of the pandemic. It's the same. But
I reuse mine. I just roll it back onto another roll inside out.
That's smart. I didn't think of that.
The smell is awful, but
hand sanitizer, that's I don't want to say permanent, but that's a multi-year change in usage, unlike toilet paper.
Yeah.
For sure. I think that people definitely overreacted to the need for hand sanitizer and still do use weight. You know, it kind of reminds me of like the toothbrush or toothpaste ads where like you only need a pea size and they're fucking squeezing half the tube on it, right? Every time I see these Germex commercials, it's like 1/4 of your hand full of this alcohol. Like that's enough to bathe in it. You slap your friends with it. You still got left over.
It should be dripping all over the floor.
That's literally how much I use.
My understanding of hand sanitizer, like always, has kind of been like antibiotics. Maybe that's stupid, but like, you know how like you get on antibiotics if you need them, and then as soon as you're able to get off them, you get off them because you're fucking with your gut flora and you're messing with everything, and you can get sicker and become like susceptible to viral problems if you take antibiotics too much. Same way.
Aren't you supposed to finish your course of antibiotics even if you feel better?
No, they do. That's what I meant. I'm saying like as soon as you finish that course, like you don't want to get back on antibiotics because like
I missed that. I interpreted it as like, hey, the second you start turning the corner, stop taking them.
And it's good you corrected me because I didn't want that.
That is what people should do.
Yeah, you want to get 5 days into your 7-day cycle, feel better, and then immediately have the
switch to arsenic.
Then you've got 2 days for the next time you're feeling bad. And that'll take the edge off. That's how it works.
But I also thought that like using hand sanitizer over and over is like, would that make you more susceptible? Like, will it make your immune system weaker over time?
Dwight Schrute literally had this same fucking argument on The Office. He's like, what we really need is a bowl full of mucus and feces and filth. And we'll all just put our hands in it every day. And Jim's like, okay, so by that rationale, if any of us need to sneeze, we shouldn't cover our mouths. We should sneeze on you. Well, I suppose so. And Jim's like, right in his face. Jim's like, you're welcome.
All right, well, maybe I got that factoid from Dwight on The Office.
Yeah, I don't think it. It's
noted
not
virologist Dwight Schrute.
It's not a substitute for washing your hands, right? Like if you put your hand in shit and then hand sanitize it, you just have sanitized shit on your hands.
But
right?
isn't that
like
just dirt?
Yeah, but it's sure. But like, go wash your hands. You use hand sanitizer when you like touch the screen. I guess so. I wouldn't do that.
Sanitize them up, boys. There's no way anyone in this room is using too much hand sanitizer.
Oh, this is going back to the alcohol companies. There was some tequila company that made hand sanitizer. Oh, and like it was sitting at a gas station or there's some public place. I don't fucking remember. And I like took a pump, not even realizing it, and started rubbing it in, and it made me want to vomit. It didn't even smell like tequila alcohol. It smelled like someone who was wasted on tequila vomited on my hands. It was like I was like holding it up to my ex-girlfriend, being like, "Smell my hand." Smell my hand. And she's like, oh my God. Oh, that's the hand sanitizer. I'm like, yeah. Smells like someone vomited tequila all over me. Tucker, you're nodding. Have you experienced the tequila hand sanitizer?
Yeah. So I think it's the agave hand sanitizers because I ran into it the first time and I thought the same thing. My friend had used it and I smelled tequila and I was like, I gagged a little bit. I was like, that's such a harsh smell. He goes, oh, it's just a hand sanitizer. Like, I think it might be the agave. It's the only reason why I could figure
it's got to be.
Like
what's agave?
Tequila.
It's what tequila's made out of.
Oh.
It's like a cactus juice they ferment.
That's what
like
tequila's
aloe?
made out of? Cactus?
Yeah. Well, yes. Good tequila.
Yeah.
Okay.
The good kind's made of cactuses.
Yeah,
It's
100%. You want 100% agave tequila. Like anything else is just like a lot. If they don't say 100%, then they're just like meeting the legal requirement of agave in it, and that's why that's why like cheap Jose Cuervo like gives people headaches because they're using like grain alcohol to like mix in with like 15% agave or something, and it tastes like shit. It burns like hell, and it gives you a hangover.
Yeah. True, and phosphates with wine.
Yep.
Yeah, the tannins. Is that also in there? Is that
tannins?
That's a word.
That's a wine word.
It's a wine word. I know that too. Yes.
The tannins. Sommelier.
Tell us about the mouthfeel.
Red.
Yep, that's correct. That's
the
color.
Bold. It's a
White.
bold red, crisp. I like it ice cold with 3 ice cubes. I'm gonna buy a really nice wine.
I love that scene in The Sopranos when like Furio brings back this wine that his like family made in Italy, and the Russian like caregiver is like, she takes a sip and she's like, it needs ice, and like he looks at her with such disgust as she goes to their fridge and like puts ice cubes in his like family like ceremonial fucking wine they made by hand.
Well, he's some Italian guy savoring the wine, and she's some Russian lady drinking with purpose.
Yeah.
This is slowing me down.
He literally leaves the room. He's like, I'm going to go check on car. Just fucking like leaves. Fucking leaves.
I ended on that note. I love the wordplay.
That was the best shit I've ever heard.